Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the 80-60 rule. I am Mark and I'm 60.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg and I'm 80, and I'm a very happy camper today. Very happy camper. The Phillies just were going to be playing either the Padres or the Dodgers. And I'm exhausted already because I got to deal with the Eagles tomorrow night. So this is like 2 days of stress.
And the Eagles are playing who?
The Cowboys,
Oh, that's right. The big Dallas game. That's
our
right.
number one nemesis.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
America's team. America's team.
And
When somebody says that, I get upset.
yeah. All right. The Phillies might be America's team if they continue on their way. That was exciting. The playoffs have been great so far, but we'll get into that stuff later. What else is on your mind?
No, the first thing, let's talk about. I'm really hung up when it's Alex Jones. I'm happy, so happy that they awarded him $1 billion. And I just want to say, he kept saying, I'm sorry. A sorry means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I say I'm sorry if I drop something. I'm sorry. This
Yeah.
is not. He says more than he should say more than I'm sorry.
Right. Right.
And
the jury's saying, sorry doesn't cut it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You summarized everything in one word that I tried to do in 3 paragraphs.
No, that's all right. Did you watch the announcement of the verdict or the I guess the penalty? Did you watch it when it was happening?
I saw a tape of it.
Oh, okay. Because I was watching it. It was kind of amazing how they were just like,
Mark, your mouth is not moving.
How about now?
No.
Now?
Now?
Okay. I don't know. I'm a ventriloquist. Anyway, it was kind of amazing how the penalty just kept racking up and racking up. And, it gets a little confusing in those courtroom sort of things because you're trying to figure out, okay, but that's a huge penalty and nothing is the right amount. You know what I mean? It could always be more for the damage and the lies that he's.
And I don't think he still gets it. I don't think he gets it at all.
Yeah, I don't think he gets it. Yeah.
He doesn't get it.
No.
He doesn't realize the pains people suffer. I wonder if he has kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if he has kids.
Yeah. Well, I know his ex-wife is not a fan of his, right? So
I don't know. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's a good point too. It's like,
Were you
what kind of conscious
you were involved with them before?
What?
No. Were you part of the cult before? You're a turncoat. You know about his ex-wife?
I think it's common knowledge. All right.
Okay. You're versed. You're well versed.
I'm well versed. All right.
That's good.
So maybe just read the papers once in a while. You'd be okay. All right.
Yeah. I forgot the paper. See.
Yeah. All right.
I thought I used my phone. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this. But I'm just so the pain that he caused to those families.
Yeah. Immeasurable.
Yeah. It's interesting. I read the paper. I don't want to discuss it now, but I'll just say something. In Turkey, which is not I have a mixed things on Turkey, but Turkey's trying to say, like, if you do hate stuff and it's not true, you can be prosecuted. They're trying to get that done. We'll talk about that next another episode.
So let me get this straight. We're going to talk turkey next time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh. This boy got Seth Meyers, Samantha Bee's leaving. Are you applying?
Wait, Seth Meyers is leaving too?
No, not Myers.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah and James Corden.
Yeah.
Samantha Bee.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
See, I keep up. I try.
That's very good. You are well versed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Another thing I have is with the kid Nicholas Cruz.
Oh,
Life in prison without parole. I'm not saying everybody should have the death penalty, but this kid, 17 people, And as they had somebody on TV today, um, you could say no death penalty. If it was your kid, you would be acting differently.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Massacred 17 people plus injured many more people.
Now, not to, you don't want to dwell on these names too much, but that's the Parkland shooter, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
You're not talking, Mark.
Are
Are
can
falling
you hear
asleep
my
on me?
voice? Can you hear my voice?
Yeah. But
All right.
You're
Is my
falling
mouth-
asleep on me?
No, I'm not. You'll know if I'm sleeping. You'll know. All
There
right.
you go. There you go there.
All right.
You're good.
Okay.
But I just
Here, I'm gonna try to fix something. Keep talking.
okay. I just it just bothers me. And then we were going to see this, it's going to be in jail for what is he, 20 years old? I don't know, 17, I don't know. And he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He's got breakfast, he's got lunch, he's got dinner, he's got a bathroom, he can take a shower,
Television probably.
television probably, he can make a phone call.
Yeah.
These kids won't don't do anything of that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So you're right though. If it was your kid, you might have a different view, but that's you have to accept the verdict or the penalty. Because I think death penalty doesn't have to be unanimous, right? It has to be unanimous when they
Yes,
decide.
and it wasn't. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I saw on CNN they had a juror on.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and then there was one that was a couple of people that were adamant, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
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 And this is terrible because it's something like you see something like this, Mark, and then you realize there's other parts of the world are like we're doing the same thing. Isn't that something? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just the United States.
Yeah. Certainly, it's all over. Yeah.
Another thing I'd like to talk about, following this, there was a big article today I read, but please, everybody, support the Iranian women. If you have a neighbor that's from Iran, not only do you talk to her, obviously, but say, encourage them, the family back home, to be strong. So, sign that they have that says "Woman, Life, Freedom." Woman, life, freedom
Yeah.
is her motto.
Yeah. Yeah.
The women are going to do it. Just like the women, in my opinion, tops flipped, or what? That's not the word, right? When they made the Me Too movement genuine.
Right.
Made people like a Weinstein or an Epstein.
Right.
Weinstein, he could do anything he wanted because of his because of who he was.
Right. Right.
Knock him down.
Yeah. Without any ramifications. He thought he could just keep doing what he was doing.
Now he comes to jail, to the court. He comes to court in a wheelchair. I
Yeah.
supposed to feel sorry for him.
Yeah, and a walker and
Yeah.
a whole bit. Yeah. Just real quick, in Iran, it's all about I don't know how you would phrase. You wouldn't say women's rights, would you? Is that what yeah, I guess so. Women's rights. They're standing up and saying enough is enough. We're done. Right. Today is a big today as we do this, it's a big day over there. There's a lot.
They went over the top with the morality.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden, what did I do? What did I do? Okay.
Yeah.
You can say, please don't do that again, or whatever, or mark them down, right?
Yeah. Right.
Write them up, whatever, but not.
Yeah.
Interesting thing too, going along with some other stuff. In France, where do I have it here? Let me read it.
Go to your France folder.
Yeah, in France, I read that because the headline says France strikes to contain strikes that have many gas pumps dry.
Who have many what?
Have left many gas pumps dry. So one third of all gas pumps in the country are without fuel.
Oh.
What would I do? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't. I can't go to Costco. You
That
know,
would be that's how it affects you. You can't go to Costco.
right? It's the cheapest around for me, right? Can't
Yeah,
go to Costco.
yeah.
Uh,
Or if
uh,
you pulled up at Costco and the pumps were closed, uh, you know, do you shop at Costco?
that's sometimes.
All right, but you get your gas at Costco.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all right, all right.
Because I, it gets me upset where somebody could be 350 and they're 330. Hey, yeah, I don't even know if it's close to me. It's for the principle. I know it's crazy.
Yeah,
Probably would say that's stupid, but I don't think it's stupid for me because I don't think it 20% more is like why?
right, right,
Why?
right. When it's when it can be sold for less or whatever. Yeah, the profits it, we don't have to worry about the profits of the oil companies, that's for sure. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So but it's just what it said is it caused I remember wasn't it during the Carter administration that we had long lines?
I want to say it was like 73 or 74. So I thought it was like Ford. Wasn't it
Ford.
Ford?
Okay, I can't remember now, but I remember those long lines. You had to,
Gas rationing. It used to be a
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
gas
yeah,
rationing. Yeah,
yeah,
the long lines. I can barely remember that, but it was like, you'd get gas, uh, and then the next time you needed gas, the line was like, around the block or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So we don't realize in this country.
We get pretty soft and pretty spoiled,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's kind of secular where we kind of take things for granted, and then all of a sudden, oh, a pandemic. We all gotta, we gotta
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
react
I
to
mean,
that.
I get irritable when like if ComEd does something and
Right.
my clock goes and my microwave, I don't know how do I fix it again? How do I change the time again?
Yeah, right.
And
That's the biggest inconvenience, right?
that's been upset me, like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, say, wait a minute, settle down, Greg, settle down. There's other clocks in the house,
Right.
not my phone. I don't need to
Yeah.
look at the, but it's just like, you know,
How are you? What's worse for you if um let's see, I'm trying to think here. It when cable is out, that's a big deal. When
yes.
cable's out, it's like, oh my God, cable's out. You're like, oh my
I
God,
know those things. I'm the real George from Seinfeld.
oh, okay. Meaning like you have,
Fixing things, or what do I do here? Oh my gosh, it's like the
yeah,
biggest issue around. It's like nothing. If with my family, what are you, what are you worried about? What are you doing?
right. Does it really, in the big picture, does it really, serenity now, serenity now? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's just what answer when you say we got some things we're doing right. Okay. Let me just talk. Let's talk about sports.
All right.
Can you do that?
Sure.
Just I want to emphasize one word: help, help the Bears.
They need a lot of help. Help. You said two helps. Uh, so yeah, it could be help, help, help.
They don't have, in my opinion, they don't have. He could be Rokon Smith, but they don't have a star. There's no star. Uh, not Aaron Donald. What was his name?
Who, the quarterback?
Khalil Mack. No, right?
Oh, Khalil Mack. Well, he's gone though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gone. I mean, he
yeah,
was like, okay, he was, but there's not. And
yeah, yeah.
I hope with a QB, they got to give him some protection. They're going to kill him.
Right.
The guy's going to be. I go back days to probably you weren't born, but the Redskins like Norm Snead, some of these quarterbacks, they can get faster all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I thought he was on the Giants. He was on the Redskins.
I believe he was on the Redskins.
Oh, all right. Okay. But yeah, um, let's see. You look around the league and
You
there's
got to
quarter.
take. You got to talk You're not talking.
You mean my
hearing
lips
you.
aren't moving or my
Now they
voice?
are. Now they are.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna have to battle through it.
It says 60th network bandwidth is low. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Turn up the bandwidth.
What does that
I-
mean?
It's all about Wi-Fi, how much we're using and
Okay.
all that stuff.
All right. So the Bears, the Cubs, who knows? The Blackhawks are not playing, right?
Yeah.
I guess in another week or so, the Bulls start playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is an exciting time of year. There's a lot going on. Also like in the springtime when the football and or hockey and basketball playoffs, right when baseball starts. But I really like this time of year. The baseball playoffs have been really exciting, and then it's kind of nice to bump from that, go right to the NFL games. Is there a Sunday morning game this week?
No, I think
No?
the next one is November 13th, Germany.
November 13th. I'm kind of liking that, to wake up on a Sunday morning and see an NFL game. From London. Next time's in Germany. I kind of like that.
That means to me 14 hours of football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you nap at all, or are you just straight through?
No, I just keep on going.
All right.
It's like I tell you, Mark. I love sports. Sports is such a connection to people.
Yeah.
It's such a crutch for people. If you live at home, if you live your home and you watch sports, good pastime.
Yeah.
It's just like I guess a soap opera is for people who watch them.
Right.
Soap
Yeah. It's a daily sort of episodic thing, and you don't know how it's going to end. That's how I look at it. That's how I can sit down and watch something like that. Some people can't, but that's how I can do it because I don't know how this is going to end. And when you appreciate just the competition, or the strategies and stuff like that, it just makes it more enjoyable. That's what I like about the playoffs, because it's a whole different thing. They're bringing in pitchers in the second inning, things like that. All right.
Yeah, you're right. What you just said, because like today with the Phillies game, and with Braves, they're changing pitchers every 2 innings and all that, because you can't over pitch them or whatever, because you got to not have a game the next day.
Right. Right. But if you don't win, you don't have a game the next day.
Yeah.
So all or nothing.
Another one here, and this guy, I know you will. I hope that you'll just emphasize what I'm saying.
Okay.
This Eric Kay, the Los Angeles Angels, 22 years for distributing like fentanyl to a guy named Eric Skaggs, was a pitcher for the Angels, and he died.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Eric. It wasn't Eric Skaggs. It was it Tyler Skaggs?
Tyler Skaggs, yeah.
I think.
I wasn't thorough.
Yes. So Eric Kay, he was found guilty.
Yes, he's going to prison now.
Yeah. 22 years.
Eric Kay.
Yeah.
And Tyler Skaggs.
Yeah. And
did
he work in the front office, or where did he?
I think he was a trainer.
So he had access.
Drugs, yeah. See, you got these guys. They're trying to make their own drugs. Some of these players, whatever, and the trainer helps them to get some more. Let me help you out here and all that.
Yeah.
And they find a way to make more money, or they want to be on the good side of the players.
Right.
They take care of them,
Yeah.
And that should not be tolerated with any team in any sport.
Right.
At any level.
Right. Yeah. So that's another case where, justice was done in that. I remember when it happened, and it's always interesting when something like that kind of takes place. There's the tragic part of the news. And then that lasts a little while where it's like, oh, how sad. He was found in a hotel room. He's got a family, whatever the situation is. And then you start to hear what actually happened. And then it kind of I think it's human nature to kind of go like, well, wait a second, they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be doing that. There's some nefarious stuff going on. So
unfortunately, it'll never happen. But I like Wheel of Fortune. That'll never happen. Why does everybody have to say my amazing husband? for my amazing wife.
I,
I hope so, because you're married to that person, you know? You
now,
know,
how did you go from a fentanyl death to Wheel of
because my
Fortune?
mind goes a different direction.
Okay.
It
Right.
was a good analogy, wasn't it? I mean, like you wonder if somebody ever going to say, and my wife who, you
Oh,
know,
I see. So right when the death happened with the fentanyl, instead of going like, "Oh, this is a sad thing," we could have said, "Oh, there's probably something going on in that hotel room. It wasn't, a young guy like that doesn't just die." I that's the angle that you were going, right?
right.
Okay,
In the
I got
future, we learn, okay, what's so positive all of a sudden at the end is not, is,
right. That's always a little heartbreaking. No matter how many times you see it, it's always a little heartbreaking, or especially in sports, because there's still a part of you that's a kid when you watch sports, and then you kind of
sure.
forget that there's foibles, in everyone's life, whatever. So,
It's funny
um,
how yesterday people got, enjoyed, the fans enjoyed the way, Reese Hoskins slammed his back down
oh, when he
with
hit the home
joy.
run.
Pardon me?
When he hit the home run,
Right, yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah.
went he, like that. It
Yeah, but
was like,
I don't know if the Atlanta fans appreciate that,
well, for their lust. Right, right. But it's
Yeah,
just interesting. That's the beauty of the game. Like he was
yeah,
like a little
absolutely.
kid, right? And because
Yeah,
they walked them, that's embarrassing. Okay, we're gonna walk you to get to you.
yeah, yeah. So that's a like an in your face, take that type of thing. Yeah,
Right. And
yeah,
then sometimes he's accused of hitting a home run, and they have a 10-run lead, which
right,
means nothing.
right.
Um, let me talk about some interesting things that I found. All right.
All right.
And let me just hold on, please. Can you ad lib a little bit?
Want me to vamp? All right. So when you say some interesting thing that you found, you mean I picture just a bunch of newspapers on the floor there, and you bend over and go, "Oh, look what I found here." Is that what you're talking about?
No, yeah, I get some page 3 of the New York Times, and always says of interest,
Oh, okay, right.
and I
All
try
right.
and get things that appear that the we would
That kind of like
we would enjoy. You say, oh, really? For example,
get your mind going. Little
American
interesting.
American consumers. Um, and let me get the date here. Um, well, I don't want to take time. American consumers, nearly a quarter of American consumers have no savings set aside for emergencies.
Yeah.
Nearly a
I
quarter of American consumers.
yeah, I would think it's more than that, right?
I don't know.
A quarter, you
It's
know.
uh, it's the
That's
source is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
I mean, that means that three-quarters of Americans have money set aside for an
Yeah,
emergency, you
yeah.
know. So that's not bad. So I think the number is probably higher than a quarter there, but I'm not going to argue with the research, but you know,
But it's
uh,
just interesting
yeah,
how it's tough for people.
yeah, no, exactly.
Uh,
One sort of catastrophic thing in your life can really, change
oh yeah,
uh, your fortunes. Like
yeah.
some
I
big.
remember. Oh, go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, so, a car repair, a furnace going out as we go into winter here. Things like that can really throw you a curveball in life if you're not, you know, if you don't have the means to take care of it right now, today, that type of thing. So it's rough.
I remember growing up, or I remember not growing up. I remember after I started working.
I remember growing up too.
Mark, you're not.
I
Uh,
Is that better?
no,
Um, I remember growing up too. Can you
no.
hear me?
I
All
can
right.
hear you, but you're not. You're not moving. Here you are.
All right.
All right.
I'm really
No, I
not doing it.
remember. I remember like my wife and I worrying about like to make sure that we have the right weeks in for for to get medical assist to get Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that to get the health care.
Yeah,
Remember, like you have to work maybe 90 days, and they got into the
sure.
how that was always oh my guess it's going to be 90 days. I can't get ill for those 90 days.
Right,
Days
right,
ago.
right.
That was always always
In the back of your mind
yeah
or actually it was in the forefront of your mind of like,
forefront.
yeah, yeah. That's for a lot of people that way. Yeah.
Or if you moved, what was that no something couldn't be moved or something. I can't remember.
No trade clause. What?
No. Uh, there's a condition. You have some condition doesn't get. Never mind. I get
Pre-existing condition.
yeah, pre-existing condition.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Pregnancy used to be a existing condition. Health insurance you could be denied coverage on your pregnancy, not yours, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you would say that.
Yep.
I've gotten to know you since over time.
Yeah.
And another one I think it's interesting, and then we'll call it a time from. I know some people that work in this industry. There's 1,000 fewer child care workers than there were before the pandemic, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Well,
100,000 fewer child care workers.
how many thousand?
100,000.
100,000. Yeah. Yeah. In childcare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that mean? Mark? The kids aren't going to.
Well, I would say that more people are working from home. It's a bunch of different things. More people are working from home, so maybe the need isn't what it was. Or
people don't want to be in that business anymore.
Well, I don't know about that. I think it's more of a need. Well, no, it's probably a combination, but then it could be people can't afford it because they got laid off of their job. But the job market is so good that I don't know if that's it, but it's probably more that people are working from home now and have found other ways to take care of things at home.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else.
You don't have nothing. Look over on the floor there. Is there anything down there?
Yeah.
No, look.
Yeah. No, all right. So stand up and say, you see this?
Yes.
2008 champion, World Series champion.
All right. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you, for your Phillies. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed just because they're my dark horse team and I'd like to see them do good. So we'll see what happens as we don't know if it's going to be the Dodgers or the Padres. But that should be a good series too.
As we close, let me ask you this. This bothered me initially. I really like the guy and he shouldn't get booed. But that's baseball. People I was told watching the game today, people were booing yesterday Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge?
Aaron Judge.
Who?
He struck out 7 times.
Oh. No, you should in the playoffs you should applaud the pitcher, not boo the batter.
Yeah.
That's some pretty good pitching going against him. So
yeah.
What's the guy got to do? Hit 100 home runs and then then you don't boo him. I don't know. So
I don't know if this is true, Mark. It said it on TV, but I don't know if it's true. Somebody just joking that Aaron Judge's father said, or better, he said, "You mean you had 620 at bats and you only hit 60 home runs, 62 home runs?
Who said that?
Do better than that."
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you.
I don't know if that was a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's like that's the best you could do.
Yeah,
because nobody else did that. Nobody else did it. So yeah. All right. Well, let's say goodbye. Okay.
All right.
Very interesting stuff. And then we will talk again.
Now next time we'll do the New York Times quiz. Why don't we do that? Okay.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do
all right.
Quiz time.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Very nice talking to you, Greg.
Thank you, Mark. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening.